I am ready to switch colors on my bracelet. For my first bracelet, I used the whole piece of yarn for each color and I got 3 big stripes. And on this one, I'm thinking of doing a little bit of yarn for a little stripe, and then I'm gonna save the rest of this yarn to maybe add another stripe later on. When you're switching colors, you don't need to keep that super long tail. Instead, you can just measure it and make sure that your tail is about a finger length, and then that's where you're gonna cut it off. You do wanna make sure that you have at least a finger length of tail though, because when we are finished with the whole bracelet, you're gonna be taking those little tails in the middle and tying them together to kind of secure your bracelet. So make sure that you do leave at least a little bit of a tail there so that it'll be easier to tie a knot. Then you're going to take your, oh, and I would just save this to do another stripe later on if I wanted to go back to that color. Then I'm gonna take my new color and put that on my needle. And the most important thing about switching colors is you wanna make sure that your needle matches up with the tail. And the reason for that is you want both of those tails to be on the same side of the bracelet. So I was able to tie a knot with the dark green and the light green over here because both of those tails came out of the same side. If one was here and one was there, that would make it harder to tie a knot. So I'm gonna match up my needle with the tail that already finished, and then I'm just gonna follow the directions. It says under, so I'm gonna go under, over, under, and then I'm gonna pull that yarn all the way through until I have a tail that is the same length, right? It doesn't have to be exactly the same. If it's a little bit different, that's okay. Then I wanna pull my new color right next to my old color so that there's not a gap in between colors. You want those colors to be right next to each other. I'm gonna get a piece of tape and I'm gonna fold my loom over and just tape down both of those tails together on the back. And then I would continue weaving the same way that we have been doing. So my needle and my yarn are on this side of my loom. I'm gonna go back the same direction. The word says over. I'm gonna go over, under, over. And then I'm gonna just pull that yarn through, add a diagonal, and then comb it down. And you just continue that process until you're ready to switch to another color.